In astronomy, what we know before Hubble and what we know after Hubble are so different. But that is going to change very soon because James Webb is not only bigger than Hubble but also about 100 times more powerful. Here are 8 things you did not know about James Webb Space Telescope. We humans have not become able to create a machine that can take us to our past and future. But we have created a machine that can certainly help us look back in time. If an object is 10,000 light years away, that means the light from the object takes 10,000 years to reach Earth. So the farther out in space you look, the further back in time you are looking. Engineers optimized James Webb for specifically detecting the faint infrared light that has been traveling across space for as long as 13.5 billion years, when the first stars and galaxies were formed out of the darkness of the early universe. The strategy will be to stare deeply at one patch of sky for a long time, collecting as much light and information from the most distant and oldest galaxies as possible. With this data, it may be possible to answer when and how the Dark Ages ended. But there are many other important discoveries to be made. For example, unraveling this story may also help explain the nature of dark matter, the mysterious form of matter that takes up about 80% of the mass of the universe. Webb's mirrors are covered with a golf ball's worth of pure gold, which optimizes them for reflecting infrared light. The typical thickness of the gold is 1000 angstrom. This means the coating is so thin that human hair is 1000 times thicker. A layer of amorphous silicon dioxide or glass is deposited on the top of gold to protect it from scratches in case of handling or if particles get on the surface and move around. The gold coating has been done by a US-based company named Quantum Coating Incorporated. Compared to the Hubble Space Telescope, James Webb has a 15 times wider field of view on its camera, which collects 6.25 times more light, and its sensors are tuned to be most sensitive to infrared light. Webb has an 18-segment primary mirror which is over 6 times bigger in area than Hubble's and will be 100 times more powerful. The mirror is 6.5 meters in diameter. Webb can see through a cosmic element that blocks us from watching the cosmos. That element is dust. Dust absorbs visible light and works like a barrier between our telescopes and the stars or galaxies we are trying to observe. But Webb's primary infrared watching capabilities will penetrate through the problem, thus opening a newer, more detailed view of the cosmos as we have never seen before. Webb is a sensitive telescope, but how sensitive? Imagine it's 2050 and you are sitting on your lunar base and eating a chocolate bar. Suddenly a bumblebee comes flying over your head. Webb is so sensitive that it can detect the heat signatures of that bumblebee from the Earth. In another example, Webb can detect a US penny from a distance of 40 kilometers. Before reaching the top 3, please like and subscribe if you have enjoyed this far. Webb's position in space is very different from most telescopes. Unlike Hubble, James Webb will not be placed in an orbit around Earth, but Webb will orbit the Sun near the second Sun-Earth Lagrange point, or L2, which lies approximately 1.5 million kilometers from Earth on the far side of Earth from the Sun. Webb will not be located precisely at L2 but will move in a halo orbit around L2 as it orbits the Sun. In this orbit, Webb can maintain a safe distance from the bright light of the Sun, Earth and Moon, while also maintaining its position relative to Earth. While Hubble orbits Earth just 570 kilometers from the Earth's surface. To preserve Webb's heat-sensitive vision, it has a kite-like shaped sun shield that's the size of a tennis court. It gives the telescope the equivalent SPF protection of 1 million. Let me know in the comments below what kind of sunscreen do you use. The sun shield also reduces the temperature between the hot and cold sides of the spacecraft by almost 600 degrees Fahrenheit. It consists of 5 layers of material called Kapton. Each layer is coated with aluminum. Webb will not only watch the far side of the universe but also watch inside our solar system. Webb will unravel many things about our solar system that we have never known. It will also give us amazing pictures of planets and may help us to find the planet 9. Well, if it exists. Here are some more videos about James Webb Space Telescope.